Hello everybody and welcome back to 3-2 Brew. Today we're going to be talking about the new project that's going to be going on the channel for quite a bit of time this time actually. I'm going to be calling it Project Control Tower, which is just a fun name I took. Basically we have Coastal Tower and this is a control deck. We are going to be playing a variant of Standstill, which is what I was calling Standstillless Standstill. It's just blue-white control. This deck comes from an opponent I played against named named Noah in the Premodern Quarter 1 regional event. And it was an awesome deck. It was very, very different from a Standstill. I was on Goblins and I enjoyed it a lot, at least playing against it. Lost to it, but regardless, I still enjoyed it. This is going to be quite a long project. The reason why it's going to be so long is that the Quarter 2 event for the Duress crew is actually LobsterCon. And this year I am unable to attend because I am deathly allergic to shellfish. So I've had some conversations with some of the Duress crew. Might be able to attend next year on special circumstances, but not pressuring or putting it into the world. Just spoke to them briefly about it. We'll talk about it at a future state. But regardless, we have quite a bit of time then to work through this. I'm very excited to watch LobsterCon. Hopefully I can get down to the Thursday night event, I believe, and just go and hang out and play some like before times, hang out, meet some of the homies I've met online. But regardless of all of that, we are going to be taking on blue-white control. This is going to be a bit of a shock to those who have watched the channel for quite some time, because you're going to know that I have been an avid control hater. I normally don't like control at all, but without Standstill in the deck, this deck is much, much, much more proactive. And I like that a lot about this. So let me just go through the couple of pieces that I have here for what I want to get out of this, and then we'll talk about the deck, and then we'll kind of talk about how everything will go. I do have a league with this deck, as a heads up to everybody. I have a single league that I played through with a different variant, which I'm just going to basically declare as week 0. That'll be coming out next week. So Monday and Wednesday, you'll be seeing that league drop. But the overall objective of this deck is, for me at least, to learn the deck, tune the deck, and become very proficient with the deck. So this is a new avenue for me, very odd, something I'm not super used to, but I think I'm going to enjoy. I like the way it plays. So just trying to expand my realms. I haven't found a like super high tier 2 or tier 1 deck that I enjoy or can afford. I can't afford Moxes, can't afford a lot of different things. So this is relatively budget. The most expensive card in here is the Humility that I bought one of. I think I spent like $30 or $43, $44 from Card Kingdom on it. But sweet card, sweet art, love it. But that's what I'm going to be trying to do. My personal goals, last time I didn't really set as many personal goals, and I've been kind of contemplating what I want out of Magic as a whole. I am trying to not win this time. I would like to win, obviously, but winning is not my primary objective or personal goal. First and foremost, I want to play good games. I don't want to lose to the decks that I play. I want to be able to play out matches and they feel good. And I can say so far through my time playing this deck, I was positive in the league I played, and I only dropped to a single archetype, played it twice, sadly. But both of those matches, even though I lost, were so good. They were very, engaging, and just, it's a good feeling. I enjoy playing this. I'm just not trying to put winning first and foremost. That'll be my second. Obviously, I'm going to show up to win, but my first and foremost is going to be just playing good interactive games, and that's what I'm hoping to gain out of it. Some of the measurables are going to be weekly data tracking. So I will be doing just weekly updates, and I'll go through my win percentage. I'll probably be running deck variations a little bit longer since I have more time now. But very excited for that. Very excited to be able to track this and see how it plays out and everything in between. I did order this exact version of the deck from Card Kingdom and TCG, so the next time I have off this coming week, but the week after there should be an event that I should be able to attend. So very excited about that. But yeah, besides that, we're going to be running this up against the Duress Crew data visualization that they have, that project that they have ongoing. We're going to run it up against Standstill. And the reason for that is I kind of want to go into the why here. The why of why we're trying to do all this. First off, I want to see how I can do with a control deck. That's my why. But outside of that, I want to know if Standstill is actually the correct version of blue-white or not. It doesn't feel that way, but regardless, I do think that we should measure it against Standstill, so that's what I'm going to do. I also, for my third why I have listed, I just love Exalted Angel. She's one of my favorite cards in the whole format. Love the art, love the way it plays. It's a sweet finisher. It's just a house. Love it to death. But yeah, the overall, this project is going to be me. You're going to watch someone basically go from being completely new at playing Control to hopefully being proficient at the end of it and maybe even posting good results. The Q3 regional event that Duress Crew puts on will be the final marking of this project, is my end goal. I'm hoping to I'm going to say probably top 16 is going to be my goal there. Not looking to put my goal at winning or anything like that. I would just like to make it to the top 16. I want to make a cut. I want to make it to quote unquote, Sunday or whatever, day 2. But yeah, let's go over this deck. Let's talk about it, and then we'll talk about where Standstill currently sits in the meta. This deck is more proactive than your normal blue-white Standstill. We still have 3 of Decree of Justice, which are great, but we also have 1 Exalted Angel main deck. This just gives us an additional win con in a different manner as well. We have 3 Wrath still, so we have some control aspects. The instance is where we're a little bit different as well. We're running 3 Factor Fiction, and originally the deck had 3 Impulse. I put it up to 4. I just think Impulse is sort of the glue of this deck. It keeps everything together, gives you great card selection. So huge fan of that. The annuls used to be Force Spikes, as you'll see in the coming week, but Annul just feels way more applicable to the open meta right now. It's definitely main deckable, and I have 1 more in the side. So very big fan. 4 Swords. By the way, this deck is exactly outside of the basic lands what my deck looks like in paper, which is why I set it up this way. I like to do it so when I look between the 2, I can understand. But 4 Swords, love this art, by the way. Just Cajafoglio, just chef's kiss. Just great premium removal, probably the best removal in the entire format. I don't really see a comparison to anything else. Maybe Edict could be debated, but 1 mana, exile it, takes care of shrimps, takes care of Vors, takes care of everything. And then 4 accumulated knowledge. We're looking pretty decent on that front. AK is a card that I'm beginning to play with, and I'm still not 100% sold. What I should favor, should I leave up, or should I Impulse first or AK first, or what? Just sort of in between on it right now. I do like it. Late game, it is just a house. You got 2 of them in the graveyard, just 2 mana Ancestral Recall. Incredible. 4 counter spells. By the way, small flex, I do have these signed in person. I have the Mark Poole foil signed. Met them at the IX Fest a couple years ago. Highly recommend that. That's in Reading, PA. It's close to where I grew up. Really, really nice show. Reading is an up-and-coming area as well. Used to be, I believe, one of the highest poverty rates in all the U.S., but it's beginning to get a little bit more revitalized, and it is truly a wonderful city. Just wanted to note that. But 4 counter spells, which this is a bit of a burden on the deck. I'll talk about here in a bit, but we'll get to it. 3 disenchants. Run this art because I have a promo from Duress Crew. Disenchant with the 2 annuls makes this feel very, very good. I think we're going to be looking a lot better against some of the other matchups that we used to not be quite as good, and we'll talk about it. Impulse, like I said, full suite. I know I actually have the OG arts in gold border because I have the Randy Bueller World Championship deck, but I just love this new frame foil. I don't know why. The art with the border just looks good, really good to me. So 3 leaks, pulling it out of the Randy Bueller deck. This used to have 2 forbids in it and a little bit different of a suite, but I took out both forbids and tossed in just a full 3 mana leaks, and then 3 Fofs. Don't want too many, but you want it to show up. And then the big banger, a bit of a nombo, is Humility. Love Humility. This card's been awesome. Obviously, it combos with Decree and it combos with all of our man lands. The lands, we do have 25 of them currently. I'm trying to find the right mix of basics and blue and white sources. So we do have 3 Arkar Waste, 3 Coastal Tower, 1 Dust Bowl, 2 Fairy Conclave, 4 Flooded Strand, 4 Island, 4 Factory, 3 Plains, and then I added a Sky Cloud Expanse. Sorry. Sideboard here. 2 Crypt. Want to just deal with early and quick combo the best way we can. 1 more Null on the side just so when we come up against Shrimp, or if we're on the play against something like what's it called, Oath or anything like that. It's very good there. 3 total blast effects. This is paired with 2 Warmths down here, so we have 5 answers to a red deck. Warmth has felt fantastic, especially with Exalted Angel as a 2 of in the sideboard you bring in as well. Just additional life gain on top of that. You do have to worry about Sulfuric Vortexes, so if you run into the more controlling matchup of Sly, you got to be really cognitive of it. 3 Meddling Mages. This is an area of debate between myself and Noah right now. We're both trying to figure out what to name with Meddling Mages. I'm completely lost. Normally I just Cabal Therapy, and that's what I'm naming a card. I don't have to think about future cards. Just what's in your head right now. So I'm going to be doing, as this entire series goes on, some more deep dives into trying to understand how to play Meddling Mage and when it should come out, etc., etc. But very, very excited nonetheless to have 3 Meddling Mage in the side. 1 Powder Keg, just an additional Wrath in a little bit different of a manner. Very, very good against low-end decks where Wrath of God can feel a little bit meh. Helps you stabilize, just clear out all the 1-drops, elves, stuff like that. 1 Seal of Cleansing. This should maybe be like a 2-2 split with 1 in the main board and 1 in the sideboard with Disenchant. This is actually to get around other Meddling Mages, but nonetheless, I have 1 Seal of Cleansing in the side. I have a Duress Crew promo for this as well. Very sick. And then, like I said, 2 Exalted Angels on the top end here. Just bringing this in with 3 Decree makes the deck so much more proactive. And that's, let me kind of talk about it here. The proactivity of this is so much higher. With Standstill, you're often praying that you pick up factories and your conclaves and stuff like that. You need to actually draw them and then, you know, begin to hit or whatever. This deck, you don't have to do that. Sometimes you're okay with them blocking and just like losing a land for a moment if it helps you stabilize on the board. Opponents will often think like, okay, he's trying to find a standstill when you do stuff, but there's no standstill here. You're able to beat, you're able to turn the jets on, you're able to hold up mana, you're able to react much more, and it's not just like your opponent sculpting the perfect hand. You're forcing them to make actions and make moves because you're also just drawing and continuing to react to what they do. So it doesn't put that, like, you know, red alert thing in their mind or anything. But this deck is very, very nice for that. We have a total we have 2 conditional counter spells, 3 soft counters and 2 hard counters. But what I will note is there's a lot of double white in this deck. And that's one of the toughest things with 3 planes in the deck, is that you have Exalted Angel double white, which you will hard cast it, but the Morph is double white as well. You have Humility at double white. If you actually want to cast your Decree, it's double white. So it can be very, very difficult to set that up properly. And then also be able to hold up Counterspell, which is double blue. So it becomes a bit of a balancing act. I do wonder if Mana Leak is just better in most situations in terms of just having the mana. But I think the overall mana base needs to just be tweaked a little bit. But yeah, this deck is looking to control you to a point where you run low on resources and I can drop an Exalted Angel or I can cycle a Decree for 5+, and then begin the beats while I, you know, leave up my Mana Leaks or end of turn Factor Fiction or Impulse, Find the Fact, Factor Fiction. Like, it's a lot more proactive play, ton of decision trees. I think this deck will punish you if you're not good. I've probably punished myself multiple times with this deck. I just really, really, really like what it offers. I understand that the games are probably going to be long for everybody. And if you don't like Control, I'm sorry. I'm trying this. This is new to me as well. So you're going to watch someone, especially if you're not into Control currently. but you're like, I wonder what it's like to like pick this deck up. This is kind of the series for you. I don't have a ton of knowledge. I'm feeling everything out. I'm really just going by feel to see what I think is best. So it's going to be interesting. I'm really excited. I'm excited to learn and see how this goes. I really wish there was an Exalted Angel mat from Michael Sutton. Haven't been able to find one. I might have to find another mat though that fits into this. Don't know exactly which one. Maybe a Factor Fiction or something like that. I like to match mats the best I can. I had a Mog Fanatic for the previous one and what have you, but yeah, really stoked on this. It's going to be a fun series. It's going to be very similar to Project Goblin Guy in terms of how we handle the data and everything. If you have other data points you think I should be recording, let me know. I'll begin to record them and see how they go. But yeah, I'm excited. This is going to be a very fun series, a very interesting series. See how it goes. I'll be probably dropping an update once a week, so keep your eyes peeled for it. I'll try to make it on Mondays. That way you know it's coming out, at that time. So without further ado, this has been 3-2 Brew. I appreciate you all very much for watching. I'm very excited to kick off the Control Tower project. And just, leave me a comment if you got any thoughts, if you're excited, if you don't like this. Ooh, additionally, sorry, one more thing before I go here. Dead Guy Ale was recommended to me. I actually ran Dead Guy Ale this past weekend at an event and really just ended up not enjoying the deck. Did not play how I wanted it to. Didn't really enjoy a lot of aspects of it. I used to love that deck, but I don't know. The mana of it just really irks me. I wanted to play on fetch land colors, so that's why I'm leaning towards this. But yeah, I hope you all enjoy. Basically, yeah. That's all I have. So until next time, cheers.